Good morning, everyone. So I'm going to do another video for you guys. Some of the feedback I got has been really positive, so I thought I'd do another one. What I want to talk to you guys about today is how I started martial arts, why I started martial arts, and who I trained with and stuff like that at the beginning. So I started in doing re-taekwondo when I was about 12 or 13, 14. I only did that for about a year, I think. I did a couple of gradings, didn't get to a very high standard, just bits and pieces. Then obviously little things in life, other sports and things like that take precedent. And so I didn't then continue. That was the end of that type thing. So yeah, did a little bit of re-taekwondo back in Tasmania in Australia, and job done. Then in 1988, I joined the Australian Army, and in the army, in the apprenticeship school which I was at, we had to choose an after school or evening activity. I chose karate, and it was Zendo Chi karate. And one of my roommates, he was a black belt in Zendo Chi, and one of my other guys, mates or friends, was a black belt in taekwondo. So it was just a natural progression for me to go into training in Zendo Chi. Now I did that for about a year, 18 months. Left the army for telling the truth, basically. Left the army for telling the truth, and that was that. I then went back to live in Tasmania. This was in Albury Wodonga when I was training at the apprenticeship school. Went back to Tassie. From there, I basically did nothing, just normal sports, nothing martial arts related. Did a little bit of boxing. Amateur boxing and stuff like that. Didn't fight or anything like that at all. Didn't do anything special with that, just sort of normal training. But that was good. I enjoyed that. Something a bit different. I've always enjoyed that. Then went to Canada, lived there for a year, framing houses. Lived with my dad for a year, just doing all those types of things. Got in some fights, all that sort of stuff. And I used to love, I've always loved fighting. I've always been a good fighter. Average fighter. But I've always just, I suppose, grown up being able to have a fight if I've needed to. And martial arts has just given me that confidence and that vehicle to be able to do that. So then I come home, and then I think about 1992, 1993, I think it was, I thought, you know what, I want to get back into martial arts. And so then I started Zendo Chi in Moona in Tasmania and my first instructor, her name was Joanne Woolley. And she was awesome. She was so good. Only tiny, but she could smash the crap out of all of us lads. She was 4th Dan, 5th Dan, something or other like that. I can't remember. And I instantly loved it. I instantly loved training. I absolutely loved it. And because I had my own job, I had a car, I had my own money, I was living at home, I could put my time and energy into the martial arts. All of a sudden, instead of training twice a week, I was then driving down to Kingston, driving to Huonville, driving everywhere, training 4, 5, 6 days a week as much as I possibly could. What was good is a lot of the other black belts in the Muay Thai system in Zendo Chi were training in the Jet Black system in Zendo Chi, and I would end up staying behind and doing the fight because I was quite strong, quite big, and could fight. The black belts loved it because they could just punch the crap out of me, and I could punch the crap out of them, and it sort of, I got real good real quick basically, and went from there. So did that for about 2.5, 3 years. Then in 1995, I saw an advert for GKR in Tasmania advertising for full-time instructors. So I went for the job, got the job, and then I continued to teach and train with Zendo Chi for another 3 or 4 months on a Sunday because I had a couple of students grading for black belt. I was also due to grade for my black belt, but I didn't get my black belt. I think I'll put that in a blog before, but that didn't matter. So then I concentrated with GK, and that was the day I started then was the 1st of July 1995, and that was in Region 18 in Tasmania, and my regional manager then was Byron Brazier, and my zone instructor was actually Gavin Salmon, who's one of the chief instructors of GKR now. and stuff like that. So I stayed with them down in till 1997, and then I applied for the job because I was a TRM regional manager, training regional manager with GKR, and then they were setting up in the UK. Now the second wave was London, and that was with Rod Martin, and so I came here to the UK in 1997. I didn't have any I wasn't married, didn't have any children, didn't have any responsibilities, didn't have anything like that. I was a single guy, and I thought what an adventure it would be coming to England to do karate. So bang, on the plane I come. It was very hard at first because there was no sort of financial support from GKR or anything like that at all. And little did I know, it was quite a massive step, but I absolutely loved it. I opened up Region 17 in Kent with the Kent Knockouts. Some of the girls like Kirsty and Sarah were mentioning how we had the T-shirts, the Kent Knockout T-shirts. Region 17 down in Kent, we were the best region by far. And I'm not even being biased. We were the best region. We were the first to ever have black belts in the Southern Zone. We used to win every competition, all the competitions, and go from there. So that was 1997. And then in, I think it was maybe 2000-ish, something or other like that, there was a big coup. Basically, Rod Martin, the zone director for the Southern Zone, and Adrian Sklanders, who was then the vice president of GKR, they falsely sacked me for one, got me out of the country because I knew I was loyal to Cancho Robert Sullivan. And the other person that they didn't let know about this was Sam Karagianidis from Region 12. So then they basically got rid of us, and then they set up Kenshikai Karate with all the other managers from the Southern Zone, and basically took over the GKR. I don't know, 5, 6, 7,000 students. I think there was 8 or 9 regions that went with them and stuff like that. So it all kicked off pretty big time, actually. I was back in Tassie at the time. Gavin gave me a call and so said, look, this is what's going on. I've had a couple of students also ring me up. So I said, look, this is what's going on. Basically, it was they were being bastards, and they'd taken my whole region and taken everything else behind my back and taken the whole zone. I flew back, GCAR flew me back, and I started back in Region 17. New manager started, Joe Estrada started. He was really, really good at first. And life carried on. I was back with GKR, back in Region 17, down in Rochester and Gillingham and stuff like that. At first, Joe was really, really good. And then about 2001, 2002, Joe started to change. I believe he was become a drug addict, and he was just literally he was not teaching to the philosophy that I joined GKR in. And it was just not, GKR wasn't what it was when I first joined in 1995. Working with Joe, he was just a bully. He'd beat people up. He was just an asshole. So at some point, I can remember that to this day what happened and why I decided to set up my own club. Basically, we were ordered to book holidays in the January, and then 3 weeks before I will go on holiday, you bring everyone up and say, oh, your results haven't been good enough, you're not allowed to go. And I'm like, but, I have plans, these things. No, if your goals are big enough, you want your success, you can't go. And so I just got off the phone and said to my mate Jim, the tattooist, said, that's it, I've got to leave, this bloke's a prick. So, and I regret leaving. I really, really did enjoy GK. I enjoyed the ethos. I liked the people and stuff like that. But I couldn't work for that bloke anymore. He's just a complete and utter arsehole, really. And so I had 3. I went and spoke to, I had Darren West, Matt Newton, Leanne Boynton, my 3 TRMs. And I also then had my team of black belts. And I sort of said, look, this is what's going on, lads. What do you think? And I said, I'm done. They're like, well, why don't you set up on your own? And I'm like, oh, I don't really want to do that, and blah, blah. And so in the end, I was like, yeah, with the support of the black belts that I had with me in GKR, and the support of my TRMs, and Darren and stuff like that, it was just like, yep, okay, time to set up Canton Martial Arts. And I haven't looked back. GKR took me to court. It cost me a load of money to keep open and to keep the classes running and stuff like that. Pretty much lost everything. Apparently I stole Cancho's boat and I did all this money and blah blah. You look bullshit, all that sort of stuff. I didn't do anything to Cancho. Cancho is one of the main reasons I wanted to stay with GKR. I respected and honoured him so a lot. So I didn't do anything to tarnish him whatsoever. So I then set up in 2002, I think it was 2003, something like that. Canton Martial Arts, and having a look back, I probably, let's say, out of my region 17, which is what it was back then, Pete Larson took it off. No, someone else, then Pete Larson took it on after that. So I basically been running Canton Martial Arts ever since. And I've really enjoyed that because it's been able to give me the chance to express myself, go back and start doing some of the stuff that I was originally doing in Zendo Chi, being able to express myself in teaching, and training Muay Thai again, being able to express myself and find out a bit more about Bunkai and application-based karate rather than what I call sport karate. So yeah, it's been a good journey from there. So yeah, that's it. And here we are in 2019, still doing Canton Martial Arts, still doing the whole thing. And I still talk to guys in Zendo Chi. My best mate, Gary Milky, he took over from the Zendo Chi class that I was actually teaching back in Tasmania in 1995, and he's still got the class running today. So I've got no animosity to the Zendo Chi guys. I've been home before and I've trained and done a couple of seminars there and stuff like that, so that's all good. The GKR lads, I've been really, really good. Some of the lads, but they tried to put shit on me at the NAS, and the NAS, I had to fight for years and years and years for the oppression that they were trying to put on me, and it was just basically crap, and they just didn't realise that, I'm so special needs. I have so much ADHD that, I'm one of the Ritalin kids that, you could, just keep pushing me down. Doesn't matter. I'm just going to smile and keep coming back, So, I won more NAS black belt champions titles than anyone else. Main reason being was just to shove it up their ass. But yeah, I enjoyed the competition. In that, people got to actually see and know who I really was, and actually think, this bloke's not too bad. Most of the time anyway. And so now I've got a really good relationship with most of the guys in GKR. I still talk to all the guys in GKR. No animosity at all to them, and I wish them all the best. But I still talk to a few guys that are doing Canton Martial Arts and stuff like that. And yeah, it is what it is. So, but no, I'm happy. Canton Martial Arts is thriving. I've got big visions for the future for the club. Always progressing, always learning, always moving forward. You don't want to be a dinosaur and just do the same old thing. You soon become extinct. That's why my philosophy is what's best, what's new, how can I improve it, how can I adapt it and become a better black belt. Make my black belts better black belts than when I got my black belt is another goal of mine. So, all right. Hope you guys enjoyed that little trip down memory lane. I will see you in the next episode. Any suggestions on what you want me to talk about and stuff like that, let me know again. I appreciate all your support. All the old school GKR guys and Canton Martial Arts guys, it's been great sort of hearing from you guys. We'll talk to you again soon. All right, cheers. Peace. Love you. Bye.